give him a round of applause. Thank you very much, students. Please be seated. Now I would like to invite first to recognize this year we have co-valedictorians and one salutatorian. Tiffany Lee, senior salutatorian with a 4.43 weighted average. Tiffany, please stand. Congratulations to you and your family. And our co-valedictorians, please stand and come forward. Erin Bjornson, Katrina Demakali with a 4.48 combined weighted GPA.
Good evening, graduates, parents, family, friends, and administration. What's up, 09? My name is Erin Bjornson, and Katrina Demakali and I are here today as the co-valedictorians for the class of 2009. We are honored to stand before you today as different people with unique perspectives to reflect on the past and to hope for the future.
As high school came to an end, I was asked to address the class of 2009. Looking back, high school consisted of everything that I expected to and more. Some people loved high school, and some people hated it. I was most likely one of the former, one of the people that tried to make a name for myself here at OSI. I would like to take this opportunity to thank first and foremost God. Without my faith in His Word, I do not think that I would be where I am today. I would like to thank my family, especially my dad, mom, and sister, for constantly supporting me, especially when it came to academics. My family inspired me every step of the way. For all my clubs for putting up with me, for NHS, to CSF, to ASB, and all the other acronyms. Thank you to all my teachers, my counselor, Ms. Skinner, and of course, Ms. Kramer. Thank you for editing my speech and reminding me to recognize her. Thank you to the girls, especially Elaine, Leigh, Camille, Justine, who have been a consistent support system and the ones I will always go to. Thank you to the guys, especially Kenny, Jed, Vic, Alex, and Viet, who have reminded me what high school is about and for never ceasing to amaze me. OSI Ranch was a place where thousands of students would go every single day, each with their own story. There are about 700 seniors here today graduating this afternoon on June 10, 2009. One may have been like me, part of the 38 ASB members or the 156 National Honor Society members. You could have been one who put their heart into playing a sport, from those who played varsity all 3 seasons to ones that chose to play an instrument instead. You could have hung out at the Korean tree, in the 200 building quad, on Ranch Way, in the pavilion, or maybe on the lawn. Maybe you're one of the 70 people graduating white. Maybe you're one of the top 10, or perhaps you're one who's thankful to be able to sit with us today. It all comes back to the idea that everyone was their own person in high school, and everyone will continue on into college or wherever you choose to go with the past 4 years in mind and hopefully new perspectives on life. I'm here before you as a person and not just ID number 848200 to tell you that there's more. Maybe we're more than just a number. All of our high school experiences, while different and unique, are all intertwined within each other. We've all had our share of dilemmas that are completely different from one another, yet they are all the same in the sense that we're all connected by this one place. We're all connected by the same high school that we spent 4 years at, whether we like it or not. And whether or not we choose to leave this place with regrets, regardless of what those regrets are, we will have those memories that somehow significantly interconnect with each other as they seemingly complete each other's stories of learning and living. So even though people are going to undoubtedly disagree, I'm going to sum up these 4 years in 5 words. You gotta love high school.
We love you, Katrina!
First off, I'd like to thank my teachers, my counselor, Ms. Alvarez, and especially Ms. Kramer, because without them I would have stressed myself into oblivion. I need to thank my friends, especially the girls, Richard and my best friend Laura, who through every up and down loved me anyway. My brothers Gary and Mark and my sister Kaylee for making sure I remember I'm not anything too special, and my parents who through everything and anything have supported my decisions and pushed me to be a better student in person and given me the knowledge and experience not many 18-year-olds can say they have. I love you guys. So now that high school's over, the one word we've all been throwing around is both exciting and ominous and definitely overwhelming. The future. For all of us today, this is not an end, but a beginning. It is the beginning of new experiences, new troubles, new friends, and essentially a new life. By walking across the stage today, you not only gain a piece of paper in your hands but you gain opportunity. The opportunity to be successful and the opportunity to be happy. Some of us are leaving home for the first time and going to university. There are those of us just leaving home to travel the world for a year or 2 or 3. There are some people with their first internships and their first full-time jobs, with their first paychecks and their first feelings of independence. There are the few of us who've chosen to serve our country in the Marines, Navy, and National Guard, just to name a few. And then there are those of us who have no idea what we're going to do yet, but that's okay because success and stability are personal and there's a right time for everybody. Moving on doesn't necessarily mean starting new, it just means going further. We have a few people continuing their sports careers in college, and we have a few people dedicating themselves to humanitarian causes by continuing participation in organizations like Roots and Shoot and Meta. We have people diving into fields that they have no idea about, but they do have a passion for life and for learning, and I wish you all patience and the best of luck. If you look to your left and you look to your right, it is easy to see the differences in all of us. Our generation and our class is full of different and wonderful people. However, it is not enough to say that we all exist individually, but we exist together as a body. We are a group. We grew up with global warming being taught as a reality instead of a myth. We grew up with war on TV and constant violence in the media. We grew up in a time of the internet, the iPod, and my favorite, the DVR. We've grown up with easy access to knowledge, the tools to use it, and people who support the new waves of our hopes, dreams, and ideas. We can, and I'm sure we will, be the people who change the world for the better. Among us are future business people, doctors, and lawyers, future engineers, researchers, and architects, as well as future law enforcement officers, YouTube stars, and scarily enough, future parents. It is the future that sits among us. But for right here and right now, we'd like to remind you what the class of 2009 was all about.
We completed this school, we made it so that OSI had all 4 classes, freshmen through seniors.
We even beat the seniors in the first assembly of the year 2005. Freshman year had the first glow-in-the-dark assembly. As you'll remember, this lasted a total of about 2 minutes with the lights off. I'm sure I wasn't the only one who thought it was awesome that everyone was nailed with glow sticks, and I'll even admit to throwing my fair share. It was chaotic and beautiful. To this day, I still think it was the best assembly ever.
I watched people throw glow sticks and from then on decided to be part of the ASB to help fuel school spirit. This year, last, we continued the tradition by hosting more glow-in-the-dark assemblies, with each one being better than the last.
Freshman year, we also had the high-fade movement, and it amazes me that at dances we still go crazy for anything E40. I'm sure plenty of you remember trying to ghost ride someone's car through the parking lot, and we all learned that 10 people could be seated comfortably on the top of a Land Rover.
After the high-fade movement, we tried to leave behind our own tradition with the jerk movement. I loved going to Friday night football games and even ended up working concessions for a few, with the homecoming being my favorite one because I got to ride around the field and loved there.
And for some of us, painting our bodies blue and asking the cheerleaders how they felt was even better than the actual game. We can all recall the disaster that was Soldier Boy. Homie couldn't even finish the song, and to this day, he's the only person on the bulletin who ever needed subtitles.
I'll admit that I was one of those people who cut to the radio so that we can win, which is all worth it to see Mr. Bros do the Soldier Boy dance.
Just a few weeks ago, we got all dolled up to go to the Manchester Grand Hyatt for the classiest prom OTI has yet to see.
This was one of the most memorable parts of high school for me. I loved the entire experience, from spending 1 last dance with all my friends to watching everything come together into one amazing night. Grad night was another night, and then the seniors spent the entire night finding out the happiest place on earth.
Some of us waited 3 hours in line for rides while others danced until the sun came up before crashing on their bus back home. As we remember all the trash on the floor, the lunch dance contest, photo safaris, and nights of procrastination, most of us can say that the countdown to graduation was worth the wait. So, class of 2009, right now is where we contemplate the thought that this is the last time we will all be together. It's a thought that is both exciting, but at the same time it sucks. Though everyone has a Facebook and a MySpace, it won't be the same because we're at college and the military, and all the other paths we've chosen will lead us to different lives. As much as I've complained over the years, I can truly say this is all worth it, because I know we're walking out of here changed people for the better. I know we've all heard it a million times before, but I'll say it again because it's true. You are your own weather person. It is you who decides whether your outlook is sunny or cloudy. Always remember to live a little, love a lot, remember where you came from, and the people who got you there. The countdown is 0.
Truth be told,